Hello gamers, Mage Hammer here. Welcome to another edition of Tonight on Mage Hammer's Game Table, where tonight I'm continuing my solo RPG session of my own role-playing game, Delves in Danger. It's a rules-light fantasy adventure role-playing game, which if this looks like something that's interesting to you, you can go up onto itch.io where I have it there as a pay-what-you-want download. So free, or you can throw a little money towards the channel and help support me here and what I do. So that link will be in the description below. And tonight, we're continuing, as I said, my series. So if you've been following this series, you know that these heroes here, Hyli, she's a human fighter. Tantalus Shadowlight, she is an elf thief. Morden Shieldcroft, he is a dwarf cleric. And Pendleton Flufffoot is a halfling wizard. They have been clashing with a Mad Mage who originally duped them and put them into one of his delves where he wants to test the defenses of the delves. So he unwittingly puts adventurers in those delves, and they go in and they see if they can survive and make their way out. So these folks actually made it out the first time, went to bring him to justice, and the Mad Mage defeated them in battle and put him back into another one of their delves, his delves, and then they've escaped those delves, and now they're trying to make their way back to Argos, where they're stationed, and then once they make it there, they're going to figure out if they can hunt down the wizard and bring him to justice for kidnapping. Last episode, they discovered where they were through the use of constellations, and they made their way south through the forest to get to the trade road. So then they're going to take the trade road back to Argos. So I have decided that they are here in Muirwood in my campaign world, the Swordlands. And they were 2 weeks journey when they came out of the Mage's Delve. It was like right at the edge of the Bone Hills there. They made 1 week's journey, and now they're about to make a second week journey to reach the trade road. That's what this episode is going to detail for you all. So, without further ado, we're going to get right into the adventure. And if you have any questions about the game system or whatever, you might be able to figure out how it goes here. And if not, you can go check it out for yourself on itch.io or ask me in the comments below. So without further ado, we're going to take these second level characters and they're going to try to make their second week. Now, we're going to determine how many encounters they're going to have. Now, since they're in the wilderness, that is a 1 and a 2 on a d6 is my encounter threshold. So we'll see how many encounters they have. Then, so last episode, I said once I had a day encounter, I was going to roll to see if it happened in a ruin. Well, I just went and forgot all about that last episode. So what I'm saying is that they were too far away from any particular ruins. So that's why I didn't need to check. But really, I just forgot. So this time around, if they have any day encounters, I am going to roll to see if it takes place in a ruin or other kind of structure out here in the wilderness. And that'll be a 1 in 6 chance of that happening. All right. Whoa, that is a lot of encounters. Oh my goodness. This might be a long episode, folks. Buckle up. All right. So, okay. Wow. Okay, so 3-day encounters, 4-day encounters, no, 3-day encounters, and 5 night encounters. Wow. That might be too much for the scope of this video. All right, we'll try it. I mean, that's what the dice want us to do, so we're going to do it. And if it gets too much, then I'll just erase them as we go. But if we, if the encounters make sense and they go pretty fast, we'll see. And you know what? If this is an extra long video, it's an extra long video. What are you going to do? Okay. So, let's roll to see what night those are going to happen on. So, this first night is going to happen on the second day. All right. Second night encounter is going to happen on the 5th day. Okay. This night encounter is going to happen on the 3rd day. Next night encounter is going to happen on the... Wait, do I already have one on the... That's the second day, right? First day. Second one, okay. And this one is going to happen on the 7th day. Wow, at least we're getting the night ones out of the way there. All right. First day encounter is going to happen on the 5th day. Well, not one of these day encounters is going to happen on the 5th day. One's going to happen on the 6th day. And this final day encounter is going to happen on the 3rd day. All right. So they start out in the morning and they make their way through the woods. They come through a clearing. And they decide to come to a clearing by the end of the day, and they decide to make camp there, so they're going to make camp. And let's see what this encounter is going to be. I'm using the Basic Fantasy RPG Wilderness Encounter tables from the Core Rulebook 5th edition for this particular adventure. Oh my goodness. Okay, well. All right, so... let me roll to see what we're looking at here. What kind of creature that is going to be they're going to be encountering is, because there's multiple kinds. All right. Yeah, we'll do it that way. All right, so that works out anyway. All right, so we're going to see whose watch this is going to happen on. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to happen on Tantalus's watch. So they're all sleeping. They have their heavy armor off. And then we're going to see if Tantalus can sense the approach of this creature. And we will go from there. All right, so Tantalus has a mind of 2. +1 for she's an elf for perception rolls. That's essentially what this is. And +1 because she's a thief. I'm not going to say this thing isn't particularly quiet. We'll say she'll be surprised on a DL. If she needs a DL3 not to be surprised. And she got 5 right out of the gate. These 2 would explode. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so she perceives the creature approaching and kind of hisses, "Hey, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up." She goes up. She wakes Highlight physically up. "Wake up." They wake up. And then just as she does, into the midst of their camp pounces a dragon. "Hello, humanoids. You're in my woods and I'm hungry. Prepare to die." Initiative. All right, so they're fighting a green dragon. So everybody rolls initiative. Anybody who rolls 2 or more successes on their agility roll here goes before the dragon. So Morden is going before the dragon. So I'll put the initiative over here. I think this is still on the camera. Yeah, okay. So initiative is going to go here. So Morden is before. Flufffoot re-rolls a failed roll. Nope. Flufffoot is after. Morden is before. The elf is before Tantalus. And the fighter is before. So everybody's before the dragon except the mage. Okay, so they're kind of like, she was over there waking them up, so it's going to blow its breath weapon at them. First of all, we're going to roll to see if they're frightened. Now, because this is a young adult dragon, they have to make a detailed mind roll to become frightened. So Highlight has a 2 mind. Morden has a 3 mind. Flufffoot has a 3 mind, and Tantalus has a 2 mind. So they each need to make a check, and you get 2 successes. This is a 3 or higher. Flufffoot is not afraid. Morden is not afraid. And Highlight gets to roll that. Okay, so she is afraid. So she's at -3 for the duration of this battle. -3 dice to all rolls. Okay, so Tantalus is going to fire off an arrow at this dragon. So she gets 5 dice. And one of them explodes. 2 successes, but one of them explodes. Ugh, not enough to get through its armor value. So that's her action, and then she's going to kind of run behind this tree. Then Morden is going to attack the creature. And with a cry to Cathor, he attacks with his Warhammer at a 7 dice, and that is not a great roll either. We are not off to a great start. So it's enough to deal 1 damage to the young adult dragon, whose scales provide it with 3 armor. So that's 1 damage. Okay. All right. But he's in the thick of it now. Then Hyli. Now Hyli usually has 8 with her sword, but she's at -3, so that's only 5. So she runs up and attacks the dragon, but she is shaken. All right, so she gets an exploder, another exploder. All right, so she does 4. Once again, that's 1 damage to the creature, to the dragon. And then the dragon goes, and now the dragon is going to breathe its breath weapon at these 3 since she's behind the tree. Yeah, so they all have to make a it's a 6 dice attack. Against their agility resistance. See if they can dodge its breath weapon. So 3, 6. Hyli has a 2 agility, so she takes 4 damage. And Morden has a 2 agility, so he takes 4 damage off of his stamina. And Flufffoot has a 3 agility resistance, so only takes 3 damage. Pendleton, Flufffoot. All right, so the breath weapon goes, that's its attack this round, and so now we go to Flufffoot himself. So he's pretty sure trying to sleep this thing is probably not going to happen, so he's going to shoot it with a force bolt. Doesn't cost any power points, and he makes a d6 casting. So we roll a failed die, and then the 6 explodes. Another 6. So it does 3, 6, and it has a agility of only 2. So it takes 4 force damage from the halfling. Rawr. Didn't think I was going to be hurt by you puny humanoids. And then now we roll initiative. Hyli only gets to roll 1 die because they're -3, but you always roll at least 1. So Hyli is going after the creature. Morden is going before. Flufffoot is going before. And Tantalus is going before. So Tantalus, once that fire's in the way though, but you know what? She's just going to step out, fire an arrow, and that's it. Because she wants to get up and do some sneak attack, but she's afraid to get too close. So 4 successes with 1 exploding, so still 4 successes. So that is 1 more damage to the dragon. Then next up is Flufffoot or Morden. We'll have Morden go. Morden attacks with 7 dice. Not too much better than his last roll, really. Well, getting better. All right, so that's a little better. So 2 damage from his Warhammer. And Flufffoot unleashes a force bolt. Reroll a failed die because you're a halfling. Look at that. So 2 exploding dice, another exploding dice. So that's 3, 6, 7 minus 3 is 4 more damage. And the dragon swoops away, taking too much damage. Lives to fight another day. Well, that was harrowing. Oh, I need to lie down. So Highlight goes back to sleep, and the dragon has escaped. So they use their healing stones before they go to bed. I'm just going to kind of hand wave that they got fully healed before they went back to sleep so that their stones will recharge upon sunrise. And then they wake up, get dressed, do their morning things, study spell books, meditate, whatever it is that they do, eat some dawn fry, and then they head off into the woods. And then they travel that day. It starts to rain. It's a horrible downpour rain. They're slogging through the mud of the trees and trying to stay under trees and just trying to keep themselves dry as possible, but they can't. They set up their tents in the rain. The rain just keeps going. And then the rain, by the time nightfall hits, has petered out. So it's very wet, but they're doing what they can. So the second night, the encounter is going to happen on Morden's watch. So they sit around, they have a nice little chat, and they try to pretend they're not miserable from the weather, and then they go to bed, turn in. Morden is dressed in his armor still, because he is not laying down, but Highlight is not. She has shed her heavy armor so she can sleep better. And so that brings us to this encounter at night. All right. All right. So this is we'll see if Morden senses them as they approach. He has a mind of 3 because he is a priest, cleric, if you will. And yeah, so he's going to make a mind test. That'll be good. I will say they're being stealthy. He needs a 3 or higher to detect them, and he gets 3. So he says, "Hey, what's a snap of a twig?" So he wakes up them first, and just before he can go over to wake up Flufffoot, an arrow flies, and there's cries of battle as these humanoids come at them. So the arrow goes flying at Morden. And it's 3 successes, but Morden catches on his shield. And then the other ones come flying in. This one attacks the elf. This one and these 2 are going to attack Highlight. So all right, so they get 6 dice with their battle axes or other weapon that they're wielding. So the attack on Tantalus is 3, so she has leather armor, which she sleeps in, so she only takes 2 damage. And, yep. Okay. Then, 6 attack on Highlight. Ooh. So that's 3, 6 successes. Highlight is not in armor, only 1, so that's 5 for Highlight. 5 damage to Highlight. Okay. Then that's it for the orcs. Okay, so now we're going to roll initiative. We're going to say Pendleton woke up because of the hubbub. Ooh, looks like... All right, so it looks like everybody goes before the orcs. So Will Pendleton be last simply because she's waking up? Tantalus first, Highlight, then Morden, then Harefoot, and then the orcs. So Tantalus is in this fight. She's gonna wait till Morden gets in there. Then she's gonna attack, because then she'll get her bonus. We can do that because they both have initiative first, and they can discuss that and have it happen. And then 2 more orcs approach from out of the woods. So Tantalus is gonna, Morden is gonna attack with 7 dice, sorry. These dice have not been treating him well. Wow. Okay, they have armor. Yeah, so they have 2 armor values, so it's 1 damage on one of the orcs. All right. Get their stamina down real quick. Yeah. Yep, okay, good. Now, Tantalus is going to attack the same one, and she gets 8 dice because of sneak attack, or because she's fighting an ally. And 3, but 1. All right, so that's not terrible. So 6 successes minus 2 is 4 damage to that same orc. Still up, still vicious, still smells. All right. So now it's Highlight. Highlight's fighting 2, but she's up to the challenge. 8 dice. So far has 5 successes. The one that's 6 explodes, so still only 5 successes, so minus 2, so that's 3 damage for one of the ones that she is fighting. Alrighty. Then we go to Flufffoot. So Flufffoot's like, what? Stands up and is like, what? So peeks out from the tent and is within 20 feet. It's a 10-foot radius. I guess he is going to target the 3 main melee fighters, because I think they're within. So he rolls a, he's going to try to put them to sleep. He's got to spend 2 power points. Probably should have cast a damage word, but he is thinking more aggressively. He gets to make a check. Let's reroll a failed check because he's a halfling. And then he gets to roll those explosions. So that brings him to 5. So that's rounded down to 2 successes. They have minds of 2, mind scores of attributes of 2. So 2 of these go down. So I will have both the ones, I'll have these 2 go down. They're just sleeping. The guy with the shield and the spear looks bossier, so I'll keep him up. So that falls asleep, and then Pendleton just kind of tries to keep a low profile. That orc heard him chant, goes after and attacks him. And does 3 damage because Pendleton has no armor. So straight up 3 damage. So that's 12 stamina for Pendleton. All right, and then one of the attacks on Highlight. That is 4. She only has a shield, so that is down to 3 damage to Highlight. Okay, and then the bow person tries to shoot Morden. That's only 3 dice. And misses. Ching off of his shield. And then this one moves up on the dwarf to attack the dwarf. And does a little bit better. All right, so that is 5 successes. Minus 3 is 2 damage to Morden. 2 damage to Morden. I don't think Morden's been wounded yet in this battle. All right, so that brings us to, I think that was everybody. All right, it's initiative. So oh boy. So he goes after. Pendleton, Flufffoot goes after the orcs. Then Morden. Ooh, Morden got an explosion. Nope. Morden's going after the orcs. That's not great. Tantalus before, Highlight before. Okay. So there you go. All right. So Tantalus. Gonna attack this one. Is attacking Morden. Gets 8 dice because of sneak attack. That was beefy. And 1 more die. Nice. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits. Minus 2 is 6. That is not enough to take that creature down. But she injured it pretty badly. Then Highlight takes on the one that he's fighting. She's fighting. Swings her sword. And gets 2 exploding dice. That's nice. 4, 8, 9. From 2 is 7. That was not the one that was injured, so it's still up. Actually, I forgot about the shield. I had 1 more stamina that got canceled. All right. So that was a heck of a blow. Nice job. Now it's the orc's attack. So, Archer Orc is going to abandon his bow and come up and attack Tantalus. So that's 6 dice. So that is 6 successes. So that's 5 damage to Tantalus. All right. And then attack on Morden. All right. So that's 2 damage to Morden. Attack on Highlight. Ooh. So that's 6 minus 1, because Highlight is not armored up. That's 5 damage to Highlight. Yikes. All right. And then attack on Flufffoot. That is 4 more damage. And now it is Flufffoot's turn. Flufffoot is like, oh boy. So Flufffoot could force blast this guy right in front of him, or he could put up a damage ward. He better cast damage ward, because he could be in trouble if he doesn't. All right. Ugh, reroll failed. Yeah, and then exploding 6, exploding 6. That turned out okay. So 3, because it's divided in half. You got 6 successes. Divided in half is 3. So he has 3 armor. So we're going to put this next to here to remind us he has 3 armor from damage ward. And then that was his action. And now Morden is going to attack his opponent, who I don't believe... Yes, so this guy is injured. 4, 7, 3, 6, 7. All right, so that 6 explodes. So 3, 6, 7 minus 2 is enough to take this guy down. Okay. So he can, and then he moves. He moves to attack the one. No, he's gonna help. He knows Tantalus fights better together, so he's gonna move up on this guy for his move, and then yeah, okay, that's it. I guess we're going to initiative. I feel like I lost track there a little bit. All right, so initiative. Ooh, Tantalus is actually going after the creatures. All right, the orcs. Ooh, so is Highlight. Ooh, this is not turning out right. But both Morden and Flufffoot go before. Yeah, I had the orcs attack last time, didn't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. All right, so Flufffoot is going to just... He thinks he has a better chance to sleep this guy than to damage him. So he's going to spend 2 more power points and do a casting roll. I guess we roll a failed one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's awesome. Nice. All right, so that's a lot. So that he definitely sleeps this guy. Because that's I mean, he would have taken him out with a force bolt. You go, Flufffoot. All right, and then he goes and hides in this bush, getting ready to do his thing next round if he has to. All right, so that was his action. Next is Morden. Morden swings at the one fighting Tantalus. 4, 7. And no exploders. And gets 6 damage. -2 is 4. That one has not been injured. All right. This guy is sleeping. I'm off by 1. We'll get rid of this guy. All right. Where was I? Yes, Morden. Morden attacked, took his guy down. Now we're on the Orc's attack. Orc attacks Highlight. And does 4 damage. Orc attacks. Let's see. 1, 2, 3 attacks the elf. 4, 5, 6 attacks the dwarf. Attacks the dwarf. Oof. 5 - 3 is 2. 2 damage to his stamina. And that's it for them. Okay. So that brings us now to Tantalus. Tantalus once again attacks with 8 dice. Sneak attack. Nice. Well done. So gets 4, 6, 7 successes. -2 is 5 successes. That's enough to take this guy out. Remove from the board. Take that, orc scum, she says. And then next up is Highlight. Highlight swings at her opponent. 2, 4, 6, 8. And gets, oh my goodness, that's not great. Gets 1 exploding die. All right, so only 4, 5, but that's enough to do 3 damage to her opponent, which actually is enough to fell him. They quickly finish off the sleeping orcs. And they go night-night. All right, so that brings us now to, they spend the rest of, they heal up the rest of the night. They heal up the rest of the night. And the rest of the night passes uneventfully. They heal themselves using their healing stones. We'll just pretty much say that happens. Plus, they're combined with their rest, they get healed. And then they trek off after a breakfast and a little longer rest than usual. They trek off in the south. And so let's see what their daytime encounter is. That number. Okay, that's a favorite in these parts. Let's see if it happens in a ruin. It does not. So let's see if they're in an open area or a dense area. 1, 2, 3, they're in an open area. 4, 5, 6, they're okay. So we're going to see if Tantalus consent. We'll see if any of them consented, I guess. They need to make mind attribute checks. But I'll give her an additional 2 because she's a thief and an elf. They need to roll, I'm going to say they need to roll DL3. Okay, so Tantalus definitely rolls DL3. Morden rolls DL3. Reroll fail because they're halfling. Nope. Poor Pendleton Flufffoot is clueless. And so is Highlight. Highlight needed another one. So, it's either going to be Highlight or Pendleton. 1, 2, 3, it's Highlight. 4, 5, 6 is Pendleton. Oh, it's going to be Highlight. That's interesting. All right, so this creature is flying down. I'm going to give it... but, yeah. So, because 2 of them sensed it coming, they're going to yell a warning. So, we are going to roll initiative. I think that's fair. They're not surprised, so we'll roll initiative. They warn their friends. All right, so definitely Highlight is winning initiative, so is Flufffoot. So Flufffoot and Highlight are going before the critter. Highlight is going after, and Morden is going after as well. Now, since Highlight was the one who was getting attacked anyway, according to my random dice rolls, they will get a chance. So Flufffoot is like, what? And I'm not going to let Flufffoot act this turn. Then Tantalus is like, whoa, turns and uses a bow on the creature as it swoops down from out of the sky. And that is not a great hit. So it does 2 damage to the creature. And then that's it for her attempt. And it swoops down on Highlight and tries to attack. Now, if it hits Highlight, 2, 4, 6. If it hits Highlight, it will swoop up. All right, so, oh my goodness. Definitely going to hit because Highlight has -3 armor, so that's 4 damage. So Highlight takes 4 damage and is taken up in the air. A giant hawk has come down and picked up the shiny and taking it with it. So Highlight takes 4 damage to begin with. That many. And is swooped up into the air. So she is swooped up in the air. What the? Okay, so now it is Highlight's action. So Highlight is going to stab upwards with her sword. Three exploders. Woo. That's a lot of damage. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And I'm going to say -3 for the tough feathers. So it's 6 damage to the creature. All right. Then, next up is Morden. Morden can't do much. I guess Morden does have a crossbow. No, does not even have a crossbow. Doesn't like crossbows. So, can't really do anything from this distance. So, starts to pray for his fallen or his snatched friend. We're going to roll initiative and see where this goes. The giant hawk is quickly fading into the distance. All right, so Highlight gets an attack before the creature. Not Morden, which is okay. Can't do much anyway. Oh, Highlight. Highlight's after as well. And Pendleton gets reroll, failed roll. Nope, Pendleton's after as well. This is not going to bode well. Highlight maybe disappearing over the... All right, so Tantalus, it's going to take a shot, but it's so far away at this point, I'm going to have -2 dice to the attack, so that's only 3 dice. Not enough to get through its feathery armor. It just keeps flying. I'm going to have it in... because he's in its claws, it's squeezing him, so I'm going to have it do a d6 damage to him. To her. So, 13... and it's getting further away. Highlight is going to have to try to save herself. So out of desperation, 4, 6, 8, Highlight stabs upward again, hoping to get to a vulnerable area, but oh my goodness, not enough. It starts to screech in pain as this thing stabs it. So it's taken 50% of its hit points. So to make this interesting, I'm going to let it make a strength resistance check roll to see if it can hold on. I'm going to say DL3 since it's pretty tough. All right, it makes it. So it's holding on to her, Morden can't do anything. Flufffoot has a chance. Is going to force bolt it. But it's going to be at the distance. It's going to be like at the maximum distance of the spell. This is his last chance. Oh. He has all of his power points back. One last force bolt. Reroll failed roll because he's a halfling. He gets an exploder. Only 3, not enough to get through its agility. So all right, so highlight. So at this point, we're gonna see if highlight takes the damage first. We're gonna have highlight roll initiative. Highlight gets to attack before it can squeeze at him again for any significant amount of damage. And that is 5 damage. Minus 3 is 2 damage to the creature. Not enough to take it down. Once again, we're going to see if it can handle the pain. All right. And it does. And continues flying. And does a d6 damage. Oof. And I'm going to say that's D6 not modified by the armor because it's a crushing attack. Probably should take it against its strength resistance. No, I like the way it's working. It's more like a trap than anything. All right, so highlight. No. Takes his D6 damage. Oh, 6 damage. Those kind of rolls do not explode. And then he strikes back. She strikes back. This was a 3. 2 exploders. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minus 3 is 5. Ugh. This is getting bad. So the hawk, DL4 this time, because the pain is increasing, makes it with no problem. Yep, just needed 4, got 4. Initiative. All right, highlight gets a strike. Stabs upward with his sword, stabbing desperately at this creature. Not enough. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. She might pass out. She might pass out. Oh, she's at 0. Let's see if she makes her DL2 strength resistance roll. She has 5 dice in strength. That's impressive. She only needed to get 2. She got 3, maybe more. She got 3, so that's enough. So she's not dead, but she is unconscious and is being flown to a place to be eaten. Oh, what do we do? Well, I mean, I'm going to assume they were rushing after her to the woods trying to keep an eye on it, but it got further and further away. And they lost its way. So highlight has disappeared, taken by a giant hawk, and the party is dumbfounded and doesn't know what to do. Well, what should we do? Should we go after her? I don't know. I mean, she's a friend, right? Like, we've been through so much together.
Yeah, but how do we find her? I guess I could pray to my god and maybe... I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe we should continue on and then, I don't know. There's no telling what... I mean, we know what direction it flew, but...
Yes, this is really tough. I don't really have any spells that can... Oh, my goodness. I could fly. Oh, I guess I should have cast fly. I didn't even think about it. All right, I'll tell you what. I will cast fly, and I will go up and try to find her. So, Pendleton, cast fly. I believe that's 3 power points. It is. And starts flying up in the air. And we'll say Pendleton did this before and was able to fly after the giant hawk. And then see where it ended up landing. It landed in a clearing somewhere to start to eat its meal. So Pendleton is going to come swooping down and fire off. I forgot that he had flight. And is going to fire off a force bolt to try to get it to drop. Oh, man. It gets his attention, but it's not enough to... and so it turns and screeches at him. And Pendleton sees that she's in really bad shape. So Pendleton... So I guess we'll roll initiative and see what happens next. Pendleton gets to reroll, failed roll because of Hairfoot. Nope. So the bird acts first. And I'm going to have it... All right, 1, 2, 3. It swoops up in the air with its prize. 4, 5, 6. It attacks this new attacker. So it takes highlight and swoops up in the air again. So... on her initiative, Pendleton flies after and shoots, gets a move action and spell action, and at this point is going to lightning bolt the thing. And so lightning bolt, she can pump as many as she wants into it. So casting roll, yeah. So casting roll plus 3, so that's going to be 9 dice lightning bolt against its we'll say its agility. Just reroll failed roll because he's a Hairfoot, and he gets 4 exploders, which is impressive. All right, so that is more than enough to hit the hawk. Now I'm going to say that it got 30 foot up in the air, and it drops her to the ground. Thump. She goes, the hawk crashes into the ground. She goes over and she healing stones her quickly. Lands right next to her and healing stones her. Five. So highlights at 5 right now. Uses another one. 5 more, that puts her at 10. So Pendleton wakes her up and tells her what happened. She's like, yes, I tried, but it's squeezing the life out of me. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, you're lucky I remembered at the last minute. I had that fly spell. I was so stunned, but yes, I was able to cast it in time and take flight and follow you. And so, thank goodness. Thank the gods. Thank Zather. Oh, God of mages. Anyway, I believe I am out of power. I mean, my fly spell is still working a little bit, but I can try to carry you a little ways. But we can't go too far off the ground because if we drop, we could hurt. So let's keep going this way, and hopefully we know what direction we went when we meet up with our friends. So they head back in what they think is the direction that they need to go, and I'm gonna roll 3 perception checks on we'll call them survival checks. So that's 3 mind. It's 3 mind dice, and guess that's it. He's not proficient in as a mage. Oh, that's not bad. All right, so 1 roll, they're able to go in the right direction towards their friends. Gets to reroll a failed one because he's a Hairfoot. Not enough. So now it's going to take 2 more rolls. And then in the meantime... Okay, so over time, after yelling and calling, they eventually meet up with their friends. And in the meantime, Hyla used a healing stone to heal herself. 5 more. Might need more during this day, so they are reunited. Oh, that was harrowing and horrifying. Yes, tell me about it. Well, let us continue on. So they camp for the night, make some dinner. The next encounter happens on the third watch, so I guess I just randomly put them in this order. So it's going to be Flufffoot. Flufffoot's got his back to those bushes, going to hide in the bushes just in case. We'll see what this night encounter is going to bring. All right, that's more of those. Okay. I'm going to see if Pendleton is... Ugh. Yep, nope. Okay. So, these creatures drawn by the fire approach. All right, so the way it's going to work is they're going to approach out of the trees. Pendleton doesn't see them in time, and they rip the tents down. And I guess I'll roll initiative, but our people will be at a disadvantage currently. All right, so Tantalus is going to wake up and will be ready to take the attack. Let's put it that way. Highlight is going to get a free attack. And I'm going to give them a +3 to hit. So yeah, so basically what they're doing is they're avoiding a +3 to hit. And Flufffoot will manage to get... all right, so here's the way it's going to happen. They get to act first in this case. And then Flufffoot will be able to act because he's awake. Morden will not get the +3. Tantalus will not get the +3, but Highlight will get +3 extra on the first attack. And then after that, we'll be able to hopefully bring his shield up in front of him. Alrighty, so that's how I'm handling this surprise round. Kind of off the cuff, but I kind of like it. All right, so we're going to do these attacks on... Morden, first one, he doesn't even have a shield, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so he's taken 5 damage. All right, another attack on him, 4 damage. He ain't not gonna make it. And the third attack, 4. Oh! Just enough not to knock him out. That is incredible and awesome. All right, first attack on Highlight is at this many dice. And she is out of her armor as well. So that is 7 damage to Highlight. All right, and then... and we'll make the other 2 attacks on Tantalus. So the dark dice, there's 6 of those. And 6 of the white ones. So 2 separate attacks without the +3. So each one rolls at least 1. Okay, and then this. All right, so Tantalus always wears her leather armor, so -1, so that's 4 to Tantalus. And then -1 here is 6. So, yikes. All right, well, that was a crazy surprise round. But now, Pendleton will be able to act. And he's going to sleep these 3 because they whip down the thing so he can see them. And he can do it right from the bush. So, oh, this is the same night. He is out of PowerPoints. So he can't do sleep because he has not yet recovered his... Oh, no, his PowerPoints recover 2 per hour. Never mind. He's got all his PowerPoints back. I forgot. They recover 2 per hour regardless of rest. So we are good. So he's gonna cast a sleep spell on these guys, these orcs, these brutish orcs. Spend 2 for sleep. And roll some dice. 2, 4, 6. So we roll a failed one, so he's a hairfoot, and re-roll because of the explosion. So that is 3, 6. So they have minds of 2. Yes, they do. So these 3 fall asleep. They get up on Morton pretty bad, but they are now sleeping. Now, it is initiative. Okay, Highlight's going after the critters, after the orcs. And Pendleton is going before. Tantalus is going before. And Highlight is going before. Finally, Highlight gets to do something. Not finally, but you know what I'm saying. All right, so Highlight is going to jump up and attack the orc. Grabs her shield and swings her sword. Woo! That is 2 explosions, and another explosion, and another explosion. So wow, 3, 6, 9, minus 2 is 7 damage, almost enough to take him down. All right, nice attack, Highlight. All right, next is Tantalus. Tantalus stands up and attacks the one that is next. Well, Tantalus is going to retreat, get behind the fire, and that's it. That's all she's going to do. That's her action. Fighting withdrawal. And then Pendleton is going to try to sleep the other 3. All right, and is able to knock them out with sleep. That went really well for Pendleton. That was like star power. So they take out these orcs and continue their night's rest after healing up, because Morden is messed up. Their healing stones will recharge upon the rise of the sun. So they heal themselves and they go to sleep. They wake up in the morning and they have a breakfast. Now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more encounters to go, and this video has about hit the limit I like to have my videos be. So I'm going to call it there and continue in my next video. So I'm kind of leaving you hanging. So it's taking them it'll take them 3 sessions to get, 3 video sessions to get to the trade road. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. That one was chock full of some action, some crazy stuff, that giant hawk. I loved it. So until next time, I hope you come back to see how this goes. And thank you once again for all your support. Once again, if you're interested in these rules, they're up on itch.io as a pay what you want download. So go out there and check it out. And so until next time, keep on rolling dice and playing games. Mage Hammer out.